Hi, my name is Lola Johnson-Rosales. This is Skill 8, preparing capsules. I am making a prescription today for the patient of Samuel Urban. The prescription is through Dr. James Furman. And here I have what the prescription looks like. As you can see, it has a DEA number, doctor's name on it. We have doctor's information. We have a date. Everything on a prescription looks accurate. The patient's name, Samuel Urban. So the formula we are making, master formula record, is according to this. And we have 3 ingredients. And these ingredients are DD Sembase powder, DD ergotamine tartarate powder, and DD powder, caffeine, anhydrous. Caffeine anhydrous, as you can see, 100 grams. Ergotamine, 100 grams. And then a Sembase powder is 500 grams. Have a compounding record I have filled out. This is everything that has to do with this prescription. The only thing missing here is the pharmacist initials. I have initialed here as the pharmacy technician. So of course we have all this information filled in. And like what we would see on a compound record, we get that information from the prescription label for the patient. So the label that I'm going by is the one here in the middle. It gives everything we need to know. These are ergotamine caffeine capsules, 2 1/100ths capsule. There's going to be a total of 10 capsules that will be filled today. The materials I'm using: 1 pair of nitrile gloves. I'm using a scale, 3 weighing boats, mortar and pestle, alcohol wipe spatula, 10 capsule blanks, 1 11-gram vial, and simulated powders. We got the caffeine powder, we've got the ergotamine powder, and the Sembase powder. Now, thinking about how much these weighing boats can support with all the powders all together, first we think, what's the biggest quantity we have is the 500 grams of Sembase powder. Now for 500 grams, I need a big weighing boat. So I'm gonna improvise. I'm gonna use this Cool Whip container. This was held around 500 grams. And when we're compounding, when I'm mixing in the ergotamine powder and the caffeine powder, as I mix it in with this, triturating mortar and pestle, what I'll be doing is I'll be scooping out small amounts of it with a spatula, and I'll be putting that inside the mortar and pestle. And got my little capsules here. I will be triturating proper way and filling in these capsules until they're all full. And I have to get a tare weight for these. So we have to get a few tare weights actually. Tare weight for this weighing boat, another weighing boat, this weighing boat, the capsules by themselves. And let's get started. I'm gonna get started now. So first step is I am performing calculations required for the compound. We got the 500 to 100 grams and the other 100 grams. We have all the materials right here, as you can see. Best picture I can give you. Sorry. All right. I'm gonna don nitrile gloves. Then I'm gonna clean the materials. I will weigh the ingredients, including the capsule blanks, within allowable margin of error, which of course is the 10% margin of error. We'll then package the prescription. Packaging the prescription. This will be the dram that I will be put a prescription label on. Of course, that prescription we have here is going to be, should be this one. I believe it's this one. I believe it's that one right there. I could be wrong, but I believe it's that one. I will weigh the filled capsules to verify the final weight is within allowable margin of error. So really 100 milligrams, I mean, you know, 100 grams per capsule. Should be. And then pack the prescription label, the prescription. I have to be sure on that prescription label, I need an initial where it has my initials. Just like I've done here on a compound record where I did put my initials. I want to be sure I'm doing that also on a prescription label. So the compounded record has been already filled in. Then lastly, I would clean the materials and store them for future use. So let me get started doing an aseptic hand wash cleaning. Then I will don nitrile gloves. All right. Done rinsing my hands with the lukewarm water. Time to turn that off. Dry my hands first. Turn off that water. Right. So, where to begin? First, I don the nitrile gloves. And be sure not touching any surfaces. And that includes touching a counter, keeping my hands away from the non-work area. Right. So, let's clean the materials. Always have extra wipes. You never know when you're going to need them. Just drop it clean. The scale. Get another alcohol wipe. Inside out where all the powder ingredients going to go. To be sure it's very clean. Okay, so yeah, these weighing boats have already been cleaned. They were washed. They were sanitized already. So we're ready to start those. The small main boat is not wiped down yet, so let me quickly do this one, but the other two were. All right, okay, so let's begin. So let's begin. I'm gonna get the tear weight. Get the tear weight of Cool-Whip container. First we turn this on. Be sure we're weighing in grams, which we are. Okay, so this Cool-Whip container weighs 20.5 grams. Let me clear that. All right, so first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna weigh 500 grams. Now, I don't wanna go above 510 grams. I don't wanna go, I don't wanna go above 550 grams. I don't wanna go lower than 450 grams. So let's see what I end up measuring. So. You have to remember how much the scale will actually support in weight. As indicated with the paperwork that came with the scale, there are maximum weights, so I don't want to overdo it. So here I already sanitized this. Here I have spatula. It's a little bit bigger than the smaller one I have here. It's because I'm weighing a greater quantity. So let's see what I have here. This, of course, is a sim-based powder. We're weighing. Right. Okay. All right. So that was the 500 grams sim-based powder. Let's see what my measurement, what my weight is. And the weight of just the powder, turn this around. Oh, this is the tricky part. I try to get the whole weight in the picture for you to see. Okay. You should look at 468.4 grams. 468.4 grams. I hope you can see that. I can see it. The light shining on the scale is not too good. All right. That's the first weight. We got 2 more weights we have to do. So let's clear the tear weight and let's add the weight of the second boat. 17.8 grams. We're going to subtract the 17.8 and we're going to add 100 grams of caffeine powder. So, use the spatula here. Okay. So we don't want to do more than 110 grams. We don't want to do less than 90 grams. We're doing all right. All right. All right. So it's caffeine powder, 92.6 grams. That's within that 10% margin. Margin, you, you eat with. About a margin. All right, there you have it. That one's better close up, 92.6 grams. The next powder we are doing would be, which one did we do? We did Sembase. We did caffeine. Let's see the master formula recipe, what that one says. Oh yes, okay, so we're doing 100 grams of the ergotamine tartarate powder. That's the last one we have to do. So let's do that. All right, here we have the last weighing boat. Get a tare weight for this. Always remember your tare weight because you don't want it to complicate the actual weight. You know what would happen then? You can make the patient sick. You know, we put too much medication, too much strength, or we under-prepare the capsules. The patient's not going to get the exact amount that they need. We're going to be wasting medication. We don't want to do that. Pharmacies are going to lose money. We don't want that to happen. Okay. Tare weight is 2.1 grams. Let's clear it. Right. Weighing boat. Be very careful. Being very careful. I don't want to spill this. Big mess to clean up. Oh Lord. You're not done this. Okay, so okay, so this other one got a little messy. I'm surprised because I'm cleaner when it comes to preparing, but it's all right because the measurement is just at that 10% margin. The measurement is 90.5 grams. So the ergotamine tartarate powder, we have 90.5 grams. 90.5 grams. We've weighed all this. All right, so the master formula record, the total of grams comes out to 700 grams. For the prescription itself is a total of 100. We got the 100. We have the two 100s that we're working with. So we're only using 1/7 of the combined powders that we have because I've already triturated them with the mortar and pestle. It was a great amount, so I triturated a little bit at a time. So we already have triturated Sembase powder, ergotamine, tartarate powder, and the caffeine anhydrous powder. All this have already been mixed together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 1/7 of that, and I'm going to put that, I'm going to work with that with a mortar and pestle, and then I'm going to go ahead and start filling the capsules. Excuse me one moment. What I'm going to do, scale got dirty. I'm going to get a tare weight of mortar and pestle. For this one, I'm going to get a tare weight because I'm going to be putting 1/7 of the prepared powder in here. $238.6 grams is a tare weight. Let's go ahead and clear that. So of this combined powder I have, and again we had a combination of these powders, combination of that powder, all right. Let me do this. I'm going to take that off with the scale. What I'm doing. All right. See, it comes out to be too much. This mortar pistol is on the small side. I was going to put in 1/7 of the combined powders of the 700 grams. It's not all fitting in a mortar and pestle. So what I'm going to do instead, I'm going to work with 69.2 grams that I have inside here, inside the mortar and pestle right now. Go ahead and show you that close up. So the 69.2. As you can see, it's a 69.2. I don't want to overfill it, then it's going to be messy and I'm going to lose my ingredients, so it's best to avoid that. Okay, I've already, with the mortar and pestle, I already triturated it, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to start filling these little capsule blanks. Remembering the method according to the webinar video that I watched, these capsules have 2 parts. So it's the long part, to the long part of the body. Okay. So this is the main part that gets filled with the powder. This is the small part that attaches, and you close it. So I need to get a terabyte of the empty capsules. Just the capsule themselves, not including the plastic bag they come in. And I'm going to quickly clean down that scale because it got powder all over it. And we have to remember those capsules are going in someone's mouth. We have to be sure that scale's clean. And bacteria can be anywhere. It's clean. Okay. We'll let that air dry. Very carefully, I'm going to put these on scale. They don't weigh much because they're not filled yet. Okay, all 10. Actually, there's one stuck in there. So, all 10 come out to weigh 1.2 grams. And remember, that's the terabyte. Let me be sure I have these sitting on paper towel, which is a clean surface. All right. Be sure you see this. Okay. Mortar and pestle. The capsule. Triturating, so we have to push this down. So what you do is you tap it. And what you do, just take the capsule and just like pushing it in, tapping it against against the surface. That's pressing the powder in there. And you know what? That okay, that looks very full. See, it's full. So what I'm going to do, I prepared the first capsule. Put the second, put the label, not the label, put the plastic lid on it. All right. All right, so there we have it. There is one capsule. Now, let me get the terabyte for one. I have to remember the total terabyte for all. Each of these capsules has to weigh the same. So, this one weighs 1.2. Well, let's see. Remember how all the way together as empty, they weighed 1.3? So one full one equals 1.2 grams. .2 grams for one. Okay. Let me finish this. This video takes a while, of course, because we're preparing capsules. We don't want to be in a rush. I want to be sure I do this accurately. And again, I don't want to spill a lot of the powder outside of the container. Okay. All right. Tap, tap, tap. You keep your mouth closed when you're over this. You know what I really should have done? I should have worn a face mask. That way I'm not breathing. I'm not breathing on this. I know the prescription and materials don't call for a face mask, but right now with COVID-19 going on, it's especially a very good idea. And you never know. We might have a virus that we may not know about. So here we go. This one's complete. 1.2. Cool. That's number 2. You don't want to go too fast because these capsules could break very easily. And they can roll off the surface that you're working on, so be very careful. All right. All right, 6 down, 4 to go. All right. We're also remember the 10% calculation while we're filling these. Okay. One more to go. Wonderful. All right, so we said 1.2 per capsule. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add all these now. Add all 10, carefully putting them on here. And 1.2 times 10. Oh my, I don't have a calculator on me. What does that equal? We are within that 10%, which is what we want to be at. And so, given that each one was 1.2 grams, we have a total of 11.9. So we are within that 10%. Time to fill it. Want to be sure you're using the right size dram, not too small or too big. Want to give those capsules a little bit of room in there. All right. We gone ahead, package the prescription. We're going to label it. The correct beyond use date is 180 days out from the date of the prescription was made. The date of the prescription was December 18th, 2019. So 180 days out from that is June 15th, 2020. You're not always going to see the beyond use date on a prescription label. You will see the expiration date. There's a difference between the two. So here we have the compounding record, prescription labels we talked about, master formula record, prescription. The procedure steps I followed today. The last one I'm going to do, of course, is clean the materials. The materials I used. This beyond use date is important. You know, that's all following compliance of USP 795. So it's very important to remember that. Anyhow, we just want to be sure, you know, we did practice the geometric dilution. I didn't want to forget to mention that. All right, so last step I'm doing, of course, is I'm going to clean everything up. Before that, I'm going to put the label on here. That label is going to be this first one. Done. Okay. Description. The label should pretty much fit around the bottle. Don't want to rip the sticker. Then you have to generate a new label. Don't want to have to do that. All right. There we go. So there's the label. The prescription is ready now for Samuel Urban when he comes to pick it up. Last step I'm going to do, it could be time consuming. This video is already running to 35 minutes approximately. So, Ben Foster, college instructor, thank you so much. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. This completes skill number 8 of the preparing capsules. Thank you very much.